Blackburn Rovers gave themselves a major boost in their race for promotion on Monday night, beating in-form, high-flying, promotion-chasing Middlesbrough. How did they do it? I'll tell you all about it. Nah. That's right, folks. Once again, another match review. Looking back at Blackburn Rovers' latest match on Monday Night Football up against Middlesbrough, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe to keep you back up to date with all things Rovers related, Championship related. Woo! World football. We're going to all here under one rooski. That's right. Goodness gracious me, what a game it was. Good. I don't think my heart could take any more. Rovers picking up a monstrous 1-0 win over Middlesbrough, and I'll tell you how it all broke down in just a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the Patreons, guys. Thank you for your love, and of course, behind the scenes. I do appreciate it. If you want to help out the channel in another way, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. Here we go then. Here it is, the daily digest that is Blackburn Rovers. So how did we do it? Well, I'll tell you right about it right now. Of course, 1-0 it was on the night. Goodness gracious me, Sam Gallagher with the one and only goal in the 76th minute. Looking back, of course, you know, it's quite hard to make these calls, but it looks like a fraction of offside in this one. But Rovers got lucky with it today as Sam Gallagher buried it in the bottom left-hand corner after a bit of a mistake at the back there by Middlesbrough defence, and Rovers capitalised on those one and only, those narrow, small glimmers of hope that we had all night. Gallagher, of course, the sole striker today. Of course, Diaz out on international duty. Cadra, of course, playing wide man or wingman, support man, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of hope and desire was on the shoulders of Gallagher on Monday Night Football. So as you can see from the stats, though, it was a possession-based football game by Middlesbrough, 68% possession compared to Rovers 32. But it was Rovers who, of course, were peppering the goalkeeper with, of course, 15 shots on the night and 4 of them off target. So the keeper, Joe Lumley, very, of course, busy between the sticks. As for Middlesbrough, though, they did give themselves some credit. Of course, nine shots for them, 5 off target, 4 of them on target. And again, a lot of fouls, a lot of free kicks. It was a very, feisty little game. It seems to be like that with Rovers these days and Middlesbrough. Quite a feisty little affair. Of course, fortunately, both teams ended up with 11 men on the field as well. But of course, there was a lot to talk about in this game, and not only the goal as well. We did see a debut for Deo Zifuk coming on, and of course coming on as a winger, as an attacking player. What on earth is that? And he of course made a major difference in, of course, his little debut as well, causing a foul late on, gave Rovers a chance to kind of take a bit of a breather. But ultimately, good cameo from Deo on coming on to cause all kinds of problems. Let's take a look at the stats in a bit more detail then, shall we? Here you go. Of course, possession, we talked about it already. Block shots, 8 from Rovers there, just 3 for Middlesbrough. We had 6 corners compared to their 7. We were offside twice compared to their 1. The aerial duels, I'm always interested about the aerial duels. We won those, of course, a lot of tall Langley fellas on the books there for Rovers. The duels won as well, including the duels on the ground. 63 compared to the 52 for Middlesbrough. So yeah, of course, very active. In all honesty, it was quite a tight game and only small fine margins at the end of the day for either side. Of course, Middlesbrough could have snatched it themselves. They had a couple of, at least one penalty shout that went our way. Of course, I think and Nyambi tackled a guy in the box. And of course, looking back again, it could have been a penalty. But on the flip side, of course, there was a couple of little nasty tackles there by Middlesbrough. Lennon, of course, picked up a bloody nose early doors on that one. There was 2 or 3 dubious fouls that could have, or players anyway, that could have seen red at Ewood Park for Middlesbrough. So all in all, I think the referee's calls kind of evened out, and of course, Rovers snatched it with the one and only clear-cut effort for us. On the flip side, Middlesbrough had a major chance. We'll talk about it in a second. Let's just go over the stats here quickly. 65% possession in the first half, going in favour of Middlesbrough, 35 for Rovers. Again, as you can see, that 11 shots for Rovers in of course limited possession. We made good use of that 35% possession, and of course peppering the goalkeeper a little bit. Just the 1 shot for Middlesbrough in the first half, despite having all the ball, all the gear, and no idea. No big chances there though, in of course amongst those 11 shots for Rovers. The second half though, they did have a massive chance to Middlesbrough. It was cleared off the line, a bullet header by Crooks, and of course a better header by Travis Travis saving the day for Rovers in the end, off the line as well. And also late on, I think there was a chance for Jones on the right hand side, put shot way over the bar as well. So all in all, Rovers read their luck on this one, but you know, we've got to win these games. We've got to win these scrappy dappy-do ones, and this was a statement result for us. We've heard the pundits, we've heard all the other fan opinions out there that Rovers are riding a crest of a wave, and maybe, you know, once the real opposition come up against us, that we're gonna crumble and tumble down the ladder. This was a massive statement of intent, and of course Rovers now need to build on this into a very, very chaotic February just around the corner. Luton Town are next as well, and that ain't no easy. There, of course, Nathan Jones is a shithouse merchant. He loves rubbing us up against the wrong way, and I think he's going to do it again on Saturday. So we've got to be on our very, very best. We can't take our eyes off the ball. We've got to be every single game as a cup final from here on in for Rovers. No more fluffing the lines. And even if we win out at the end of the season, it might not be enough. Of course, with QPR and Bournemouth have games in hand on us this heading into the next round of matches anyway. Of course, let's take a look at the lineups. And here's Middlesbrough coming at you. Joe Lumley between the sticks. He has, of course, been the goalkeeper for them. Dale Fry at the back, Paddy McNair and Jake Steelmack at the back three. Some decent centre-backs there according to their values anyway. As for midfield, Crooks, Taverner, of course, Isaiah Jones, of course, growing in stature, Neil Taylor as well, Johnny Howson, of course, veteran midfield. With Sporar up top, the 27-year-old Slovakian, I think, and Aaron Conley, who was I thought a bit of a handful as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellows for Middlesbrough on this one. Let's take a look at, of course, their subs. 3 subs coming on: Duncan Watmore, Josh Coburn and Florian Balogun, to little or no effect, I felt, in the end. No Pereiro, of course, the Argentinian, had to make do with a spot on the bench and just watch it from the touchlines. As for Rovers, of course, Kaminsky between 6, Scotty Wharton, Van Heck and Lennon. Still just the one defeat so far with Wharton in the lineup. Van Heck is a commander-in-chief. I love him. I'm absolutely loving him. Get him signed up. Get him tapped up there, Mowbray. Travis, of course, was back, and he was actually partnered with Bradley Johnson in midfield. Of course, a sort of little and large sort of, I'm not saying they're little or large, but you know what I mean, cannon and ball sort of stuff, double act. If it were Joe Buckley given license to roam and could be the creative influence in this team. Of course, Ryan Nyambi on the right, Taylor on the left, Kadra and Samji up top. As for the substitutions, we did see what are we looking at here? Of course, Rovers made the changes. Who did we bring on? We brought on Danny Butterworth for Kadra. We also brought on Zifuk for Buckley. I think there were 2 changes as well. But as you can see for the match ratings, of course, they're not my match ratings. These are, of course, a third party. Take a little look at it. What have we got going on there? The match ratings going. Darren Lamb with a 7.5. He got the man of the match according to these guys. Anyway, as for Middlesbrough, their key man was Taverner with a 7.5 as well. In fact, Sam Gallagher has a 7.8. So he does pip it for those as well. Rovers picking up 3 yellows in the process. Down the foot there, the graphic, you can see where all the hot spots were. The yellow cards, 4 yellow cards in the first half for Middlesbrough, just the one for Rovers. And again, the second half, Rovers picking up a couple as well. But I'm sure they got 6. Didn't they get 6? So I don't know where the rest of them are. Oh, they're towards the back end here, of course. Let's take a look at the shot grid then, shall we? Of course, Rovers are represented by the orange. The most common denominator was Gallagher with 6 shots. 1 found in the back of the net. Of course, Buckley with a couple as well. Lennon with a couple of long-range cookies as well. Wharton, Johnson also with a couple of shots, so a shot at least. Adun, Kadra, Zifuk as well with an effort, not too shabby. As for Middlesbrough, the shots coming from Connolly, he had 3, 2 for Crooks as well. Sporar, who I thought was quite quiet all day today. And again, some other stats for you to absorb and take it. Let's take a look at the heat maps then, shall we? Of course, this is Rovers. Sporadic touches, again, more often when we had the ball was in defence. Of course, this is on the left-hand side. As for Middlesbrough, of course, quite a lot of coverage, of course, and that is represented by the 68% possession throughout the game. That's, of course, the take of what I thought, a little take about it. What about the gaffer then? Tony Mowbray, here he is with his thoughts and opinions about the game and a little bit more. Here you go, Tony.
Yeah, I think the minimum you have to bring when you play Middlesbrough particularly, I mean, it's a team I know pretty well. I've been going to Western Park since the age of 6 with my dad and played and captained them for a lot of years, and the foundation of that club is hard work, and you know, it's a steel town and they expect hard work and tackling and running and fighting, and Chris Wilder had his great success in a steel town in Sheffield, and so the combination is amazing for them both, and they've been on a great run. So I think we knew what was coming, and listen, I'm so pleased because there's, you know, I said before on the TV, there's 5 academy lads starting there really, you know, 3 of them in the midfield, and then, you know, Travis and Buckley in midfield, 3 at the back, and yeah, I think it's amazing that these young lads can get to that level really, and I know it's not Premier League, I know it's not silky soccer, but it's heart and desire and commitment and fighting for the cause really, and playing for the shirt and the badge, and they showed all of those qualities tonight, and we're very proud of them.
Given the players you had out as well to keep another clean sheet, incredible.
Yeah, I think that scoring the goal was always going to be difficult tonight for us. That we felt it. We know Brereton and Rothwell, who can break lines with his running with the ball. But Sam Gallagher, I think he's a lad who obviously working with every day. But I'm not sure usually lads are pretty good at stats. I don't know how many appearances he's made this year, but I think his goals per start is pretty good. I'm not sure how many he's made, but he's missed a fair whack of the season. And I know when we do our individual stuff with the strikers, I know Brereton's numbers are ridiculous, but Sam Gallagher is okay goals per game or goals per minute on the pitch, and he scored tonight with that right foot. I'm always encouraging him to hit it, because when you watch it in training, it's like a bazooka, his right foot. He didn't quite break the net tonight, but it's still a great strike, and pleased for him. Although Buckley was great tonight, I challenged John playing against Johnny Howson tonight. That's what a challenge, because what a good player Johnny Howson is, and I thought he was amazing for staff particularly, and it's just great that these young lads can step up when they have to.
Just on Sam Gallagher, he spent a lot of time out with the team, didn't find his way back in so quickly, but tonight the fans got behind him. It was such an important moment for the team, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sam Gallagher, he was born. I generally buy asset-rich players really. Sam Gallagher, 6'4", fast, strong, good in the air, rocket in his right foot. He's got all the attributes to be a top player. His ambition has to be to get to the Premier League, hopefully with this club, but if not, the Premier League look at this monster of a boy who can run like the wind and got a rocket in his boots. Why can't he play in the Premier League? Other than learning the game, when to stand, when to dive off the back of defenders, when to run across the front post and flick. When he has to learn the game, and he's doing that. He's working really, really hard at it, and I'm delighted he's getting the rewards. And the overriding emotion tonight is one that we're all just delighted to come out at the end of a really, really tough game on the back of a poor result with a victory and 3 points. It's really important to keep pushing on.
So what's been going on social media? Let's take a little look then. Of course, it has been absolutely incredible stuff for the Rovers faithful out there, including some ex-players, including Elliot Bennett, are saying this incredible win, hard fought with great finish from Sam Gallagher. Back up to second. Great stuff, Rovers. I love the support from Benno since he's left and moved down to Shrewsbury. He's always there, chipping in, giving some comments. Of course, he was even on one of the old talk spaces not too long ago. Of course, Premier League winning Mark Atkins, get in Rovers, he said. Talk of Ewa, this was huge, second in the league. Indeed. Chris Martin said, make no mistake about it. This is special team that will work for each other. The badge on the shirt and the fans in the ground, and you just love to see. Even if we don't end up getting promoted, we can be proud of this young side's effort this season. Tom Schofield, though, to a man, Rovers were outstanding. Dunn struggled at times, but he put in a huge shift. Johnson very solid. I don't get some of the stock I've seen towards him. I don't know why. I love Bradley Johnson. Of course, he's my big boss man midfielder. I've always loved him. He ain't getting a stick from me. Meanwhile, Alan Myers, of course, great win for Rovers, showing they have what it takes. Once again, Mark Manson, Sky Curse broken. One thing I will say though, was it me or did Butterworth look shagged when he came on? Fresh legs with a sub coming on, that wasn't the case. Another 3 points in the bag though. Yes, lads. Emma said, what a bloody win. Sam Fox, of course, over this based on this side of the pond. Said amazing result, amazing resolute performance in the face of adversity. Awful refereeing again. Snidey little fouls by half the Boro team, but we preserved and got the 3 points. Perfect response to Hull. Loved what we saw from Zfook. Indeed. Andy Watson said, bloody hell, no doubt Crooks should equalise, but without two key men, that was the only way we could win that. Gallagher, Lennon, outstanding for me. LT and BJ did their jobs too. Bucko outstanding first half offensively, second half defensively. Tony Mowbray, man of the match for me. Top management. Well, I thought, I don't know. Of course, he played some MasterCards there, but I'm not too sure he gets the man of the match for me. Neil Solstazink says, cannot underestimate how big a win this is. Injuries increasing. Diaz in Chile on the back of Hull against an informed fellow contender. The lads really rolled their sleeves up to a man Trojans. Captain Leonard to Galley, soldiers. P.S. Get well soon, our fellow Rover. Of course, there was an incident of a a fellow Rover out in the sands, going down with not too sure what the medical condition was, but yes. Adam Tadzuki said, what a result, so proud of how we dug in, we deserve the 3 points, such a huge moment in this season with who we had missing over the moon with that. They threw everything at us to stand up like that, what we did, outstanding 3 points in the bag, and move on up Rovers. Carl Wicks, one of the best wins of this season, nobody can argue that we didn't deserve it. So happy for Big Sam, up with the Football League we go, congrats to the Rovers faithful, I love this team. Matt said, do we have, that's something else, a response to me. Renzo, of course, he's coming to Ewood, a lucky bastard. He said, what a triumph, and a lot of love hearts knocking around as well. Holly said, oh, what a time to be a Rovers fan. Look at how much this means to them, all playing for the shirt. Nathan Spafford said, without Diaz, without Rothwell, on the back of a poor defeat and against one of the most informed and dangerous sides in the division, that's one of the biggest championship wins of the season for Blackburn. They are the real bloody deal. Meanwhile, Christina says, Gallagher man of the match purely for that tackle alone. Holly, once again, the added time felt like the month of January. I agree. Graham Maple, cracking game, a lot of nervy moments, but a fantastic result, and what a response to the loss against Hull. The team has character and heart. Mr. Bishy said, great that he can come out on while Nyambi is still on the pitch. Give him a few games to adjust to the pace and build on his confidence. Absolutely tremendous as well. PT said it'll be a sad day when Van Heck goes back to Brighton. People say loan players don't care much. This man is a different bloody breed. Done, of course, good reaction from the other night. Solid team performance and a moment of quality for the man. Sam G. Bradley White says Zfuk is a hero, and he's played about 15 minutes so far. Chris Martin, yep. John Buckley, some win the boys. And what else do we have? Colin Hendry said, bloody get in there. Linz Lewis, oh, look what it means to them. Delighted for them all. Huge shout outs to Galley and our battling bloody Captain Dara. Love you boys. Chris Sutton, of course, big win for the Blackburn Rovers. And Matthew Stranger said biggest win of the season, that. And of course, Roy Hodgson coming back. Of course, we like about that as well. That's, of course, the state of play in a very, very vocal social media realm for Blackburn Rovers. Let's take a little look what else is going on in the Championship this week. Of course, busy week. Rovers have done their bit. Next up, of course, it will be QPR against Swansea. We're all Swansea tomorrow, aren't we? We're going to cheer on the Swans. Hopefully, they can pick up a monster away day win for them. Coventry against Stoke as well, keeping an eye on that. Luton Town against Bristol City. Birmingham against Peterborough. Nottingham Forest against Barnsley. And on Wednesday, it's the Baggies against Preston. And to be, believe it or not, I'll probably back in the knobbers on that one. Kicking on forward those to the table. Take a look, soak it up, take a picture, a selfie. I'm going to do it just now. There we go. That's right. Second spot, Blackburn Rovers on merit at the moment. 28 games played though. That's one more than Bournemouth. Win that, they go above us with, of course, their superior goal. Also keep an eye on QPR. They have 2 games in hand, but guess what? That was a monster win for Rovers to keep the pressure on. Of course, we've got the points in the bag. QPR's still going to do it and get over the line themselves, and we've got to play them as well. So we've got to play QPR, we've got to play Bournemouth, we've got to play Fulham again. I think QPR and Bournemouth out at Ewood Park as well. So we need the guys back in the stand, support the team, support the boys. Let's get on board this because if we can actually do it, if we can actually bloody do it. I don't know what I'll do with myself. I really don't. I really bloody don't. Let's take a look at what else is going on this weekend then. Huddersfield Town up against Stoke City. Hull City, that's of course on Friday. Hull City against Swansea. We have QPR Reading, all Reading on that one then, shall we? Because Barnsley against Bournemouth, all Barnsley on that one then, shall we? Because Middlesbrough against Coventry, Millwall against West Brom, all Millwall on that one. Luton Town against Rovers is the game of the day at Kenilworth Road. We're going to watch that shithouse merchant and Nathan Bloody Jones. Of course, the Nobbers up against Bristol City. Fulham against Blackpool, all Blackpool are we? Of course, Peterborough against Sheffield United, Derby County against Birmingham, and Cardiff against Forest. All Cardiff on that one, are we? That's right, of course. And I think that's pretty much it, boys. I think that's all I've got for you. That is it. Good. Not good. Fantastic. No, not even fantastic. An incredible result for Blackburn Rovers, of course, heading into this weekend. Big result. But not only is it a big result for Blackburn Rovers, it is a big result for the Championship as well. Of course, Middlesbrough, they came here. They've also got they're in this. They're in this race for the playoffs. We took 3 points off of them today. We stopped the Chris Wilder momentum train. 5 wins on the spin. We kind of silenced a few critics out there as well. I'm not saying everything is glowing magnificent for Blackburn Rovers. It is not. But without our best striker, without our most creative, or one of our most creative midfielders in the league, without our starting left back, and of course, you know, it's just going for a bit of a rut. This is a monumental result for Rovers. Now, of course, we've got to follow up. We've got to build on this. We've got to bring the A game, of course, at Kenilworth Road against Luton Town. We can't go in here and play fantastic against the big boys and then come crashing back down to earth on Saturday. We need to keep it going, get another result. Big games around the corner, and we ain't going to win them all, I can tell you that right now. But, of course, we need to keep our heads above water, keep treading it. And, of course, I know we're going to hit some rough patches and bubbles goals and stuff like that along the way, but we need to keep denting the hopes of the teams around us, and hopefully come the end of May we're in a top 6 position, and maybe dare we even say a top 2. But until then, guys, that is it. Smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, keep trucking on, Rovers. It ain't over yet. We're still got a long way to do, but that was a monstrous step in the right direction. Anyway, till then, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. See you soon, of course, for the build up for Luton Town. We'll have a watch along as well for that one. Also, check me out on Thursday. We're going to keep an eye on Diaz, make sure he doesn't get any injuries over in Santiago, where they're taking on Argentina in the World Cup qualifying campaign. He's got his own agenda to sort out, because they need a win in that game. I'll be there for that. Until then, dudes, we're done here. Until then, I'm out.